So this is chapter 4 of options in a divorce. And we're going to discuss the 80-20 rule. So here it is. In 1906, an Italian economist, Vilfredo Pareto, found an intriguing correlation. He noticed 20% of the pea pods in his garden held 80% of the peas. Studying the peas prompted him to take a closer look at this ratio. In one of his initial discoveries, he found 80% of the land in his area was owned by 20% of the people. After a detailed study, he observed this ratio held true in many aspects of life. The Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule, is a result of his findings. For example, 80% of your income is derived from 20% of your work. 80% of a business's income is derived from 20% of its customers. 80% of your value to an employer is derived from 20% of your work. So here's a buyer's story. When Vince and Sue were shopping for a new home, Vince wanted an ocean view. They looked at many desirable properties, but didn't find any that were right for them. Some were overpriced, others had obstructed views. The search went on for almost a year until they found an older home a short walk from the ocean. The neglected exterior and dated interior were not encouraging, but when Vince stepped out onto the third-floor balcony off of the master suite, he was sold. Any shortcomings in wall color or features faded away when he took in the view. He could now see the sunrise from his bedroom window every morning. What 20% of the home caught the eyes of Vince and Sue? The magnificent third-floor view of the ocean. Another seller's story. When Cam and Kate listed their home, they needed a buyer who wasn't concerned that the house was on an unpaved road. Though the home was over 10 years old, the interior was updated with fresh, neutral wall colors and carpeting to look brand new. The towering trees and established yard gave the home a welcoming appeal. The buyers had also looked at a home within miles of Cam and Kate's that had towering trees, as well as a koi pond and patio. This home was comparable in interior and exterior, but it was on a busy road. So, what 20% of the home caught the buyer's eye and prompted him to choose Cam and Kate's home? The buyer loved the secluded country feel of the home. The 1.8-acre property was surrounded by pastures with grand oaks dotting the landscape. So there you have it. You have this seller's story and a buyer's story, the 80-20 rule. Wow. Okay, chapter 5, when we get to it, it's going to further discuss the 80-20 rule. Look forward to that. Hold on.